Namaste. I'm Angela Quinn, and I'm going to be guiding us today through a vinyasa flow that will prepare us to make our way into the 4 various forms of Tittibhasana, which is oftentimes referred to as Firefly Pose. The direct translation from Sanskrit is actually insect pose. So we're going to be doing a flow that prepares our body and our mind to eventually make our way through Tittibhasana A, B, C, and D. So again, join me for this flow and we'll see about making our way into these progressed forms. So we'll start off sitting on our heels in what's called Vajrasana, Thunderbolt Pose. From our Thunderbolt Pose, we'll inhale, reach the arms up and over our head, interlace our fingers above our head and press our palms up towards the sky. Rotate the index finger side of our hands up, draw the pinky side of the hands down, and then send the pinky side of the hands back behind us. Hug the front ribs in towards the body. Keep the awareness within ourselves. Recognize the points of deep sensation within our body. Breathe into the space that we create. From here, keeping the interlace of the fingers, we'll bring the hands to the back of the head. Pressing the back of the head into the hands, we'll open up through the heart center, through the shoulders, through the elbows, lift the chin, lift the gaze. And as we exhale, we'll tuck our chin in towards our chest, a gentle squeeze of the elbows towards one another. Again, we inhale to open back up through the heart center, through the shoulders, through the elbows, lift the chin, lift the gaze. With the exhale, we'll tuck the chin in towards the chest, a gentle squeeze of the elbows towards one another. One last time, we inhale to open back up through the heart center, through the shoulders, through the elbows, lift the chin, lift the gaze. And as we exhale, tucking the chin in towards the chest, a gentle squeeze of the elbows towards one another. We inhale to come back through center, and then we'll reach our fingertips back up towards the sky. Deep inhale here. And as we exhale, we'll twist to the left. So the right hand comes to the left leg and the left arm will come behind the back to support the spine. We'll inhale to lengthen up through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we'll twist from the navel center, shifting our gaze beyond the left shoulder. So again, with each and every inhale, we lengthen and create space in the spine. With each and every exhale, a deeper expression of the twist. One more deep inhalation. And exhalation. On the next inhale, we reach the arms back up and over the head. And as we exhale, we'll twist to the right. So the left hand to the right leg, the right arm behind the back to support the spine. Again, we'll inhale to lengthen through the crown of the head, creating space between the vertebrae. And as we exhale, we'll twist from the navel, shifting the gaze beyond the right shoulder. So again, with each and every inhale, we lengthen and create space in the spine. With each and every exhale, a deeper, more expressive twist. One more deep inhalation and exhalation. And on the next inhale, we'll reach the arms back up and over the head. And as we exhale, we'll bring our hands forward of our legs right into tabletop position. So tabletop position, our hands come underneath our shoulders and our knees come underneath our hips. We'll spread through our fingertips, lengthen the crown of our head forward and our tailbone back. Our navel draws in and up. From here, a couple of cat and cow tilts. So we'll inhale to tuck our toes, send our navel down towards the earth, broaden through the chest, lift the neck and head. With the exhale, the tops of our feet return to the mat, tuck the tailbone, lift through the middle spine, chin to chest. Again, we inhale, tuck the toes, navel towards the earth, broaden through the chest, lift the neck and head. With the exhale, the tops of the feet return to the mat, tuck the tailbone, lift through the middle spine, chin to chest. One last time, we'll inhale to tuck our toes, navel towards the earth, broaden through the chest, lift the neck and head. With the exhale, tops of the feet return to the mat, tuck our tailbone, lift through the middle spine, chin to chest. And then coming back towards neutral spine, tabletop position. From our tabletop position, we'll tuck our toes, lift our knees and lift our hips, sending our chest back towards our thighs as our heels come down in the direction of the earth. For downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. For our first downward facing dog of practice, we can walk our dog, so pedaling alternate knees down towards the earth as we drop the opposite heel a little bit closer towards the ground. So doing that a couple of times. And then coming back to downward facing dog. Let's inhale to lift up onto our tippy toes. And as we exhale, draw our heels down in the direction of the earth. Twice more, inhale, lift up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, lower the heels down in the direction of the earth. One last time, inhale, lifting up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, lowering the heels back down in the direction of the earth. From here, let's bring our feet wide as our mat. And we're going to swivel our hips from side to side. So as we exhale, hips to the left. Inhale, the hips come through center. Exhale, lowering the hips over towards the right. Inhale, the hips back through center. One more time. Exhale, hips to the left. Inhale, hips through center. Exhale, hips to the right. And then inhale, the hips through center. And then from here, walking our feet back towards inner hips width distance apart. Deep inhalation and exhalation here. On the next inhale, we'll crawl our fingertips back towards our feet and hang out over our legs in Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Once we're stable on the feet, we'll grab hold of alternate elbows, gently rocking the upper body from side to side. We can shake out some yeses and some nos with the head, just relieving any tension from the neck and breathing into the back body. From here, hands release back down towards the earth. Let's inhale to slide our hands towards our knees. Lengthen the crown of our head forward and our tailbone back. Our navel draws in and up, shoulder blades onto our upper back for Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. And then as we exhale, we'll fold back in, standing forward fold. Again, we inhale to lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. From here, we'll interlace the fingers at the small of the back, squeeze the palms together, send the knuckles in the direction of the tailbone. As we exhale, we'll hinge and fold out over the legs, bringing the arms with us into the fold. Keep a slight lift through the front of the shoulders. One more deep inhale here. And as we exhale, we'll gently bend the right knee forward, bring the right shoulder in the direction of the right knee as we rotate our chest open towards the left, shifting the gaze in that direction. And then as we inhale, coming back through center, and as we exhale, we'll gently bend the left knee forward, left shoulder in the direction of the left knee as we rotate our chest open towards the right, shifting the gaze in that direction. And then with the inhale, we'll make our way back to center. And as we exhale, we'll release the hands back down towards the earth. We'll inhale to crawl our fingertips towards the front edge of the mat, coming into plank posture, the top of a push-up. Lengthen the crown of the head forward, lengthen the heels back, draw the navel in and up, hips are in line with the shoulders. We're long through the back of the neck, so the gaze is beyond the fingertips. One more deep inhale. And as we exhale, we'll lower down our knees, our chest, and our chin. Our elbows hug our body tight, our hips stay lifted of the earth. On the next inhale, we'll glide our chest forward, up and back. Tops of the feet press down, pelvic bone presses down, shoulders come onto the upper back, Cobra Pose. And as we exhale, we'll lower the chest back down towards the earth. Again, we inhale to lift back up, Cobra Pose, tops of the feet press, shoulders onto the upper back. And as we exhale, lowering the chest back down towards the earth. Again, we inhale to lift up, Cobra Pose. And now as we exhale, we'll dip the right shoulder in the direction of the left wrist, gaze left. Inhale through center. Exhale, dip the left shoulder right, gaze right. One more time, each direction, inhale through center. Exhale, dip the right shoulder left, gaze left. Inhale through center. Exhale, dip the left shoulder right, gaze right. Inhale through center, Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. And as we exhale, lowering the chest back down towards the earth. From here, we'll tuck our toes, press in through our palms, lift ourselves back up into plank pose. And as we exhale, bring ourselves back into downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, let's keep our palms grounded and lift up onto our tippy toes. Keep the hips lifting high, the navel lifting in and up, keeping the heels lifted. We'll start to tiptoe in towards our wrist. See how close we can get to the wrist without lowering the heels. Maybe we can tap the right wrist with the right toes. Maybe we can tap the left wrist with the left toes. One more time. toe tap right, toe tap left, and then lower the heels down. A gentle bend to our knees. We'll inhale to reach our arms up and over our head. Our palms touch, our gaze follows. And as we exhale, the hands make their way to prayer at the center of our heart. A moment here in Tadasana, mountain pose. Softly close the eyes. Reconnect with the breath. Reconnect with the intention. Connect deeply with our mountain pose, our groundedness, our stability, our strength. One more deep inhalation here. And as we exhale, we'll release our hands to our sides in Namaste to He. From here, to Surya Namaskara A, Sun Salutation A. We'll inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Our palms touch, our gaze follows in Urdhva Hastasana. And as we exhale, we'll fold out over the legs. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. We'll inhale to lift up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. We'll exhale to fold back in. Plant the hands. Walk, step, or hop our feet back to plank pose. And with our exhale, we can lower down either knees, chest, chin, or through Chaturanga Dandasana, low push-up. We'll inhale to come forward through Cobra or upward facing dog. We'll exhale to tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here, the Ujjayi breath, deep inhalation. And exhalation, 1. Deep inhale. And exhale, 2. One more deep inhale. And exhale, 3. Inhale, lift to the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward towards the hands. Inhale, walk, step, or hop our feet forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Our palms touch, our gaze follows. Exhale, hands to the heart center. And then to our sides, Namaste to He. From here, we'll practice 1 Surya Namaskara B, Sun Salutation B, and we'll add on. So we'll inhale to sink our seat down and reach our arms up and over our head. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And as we exhale, straighten the knees, fold out over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, walk, step, or hop our feet back. And with our exhale, lower down with control. Inhale to come forward, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. We'll inhale to step our right foot forward in between our hands. Spin the sole of our left foot down to the ground. And inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Warrior 1. With our exhale, we'll frame our right foot with our hands. Send it back to meet the left and lower down. Inhale to come forward, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward in between the hands, right heel down, reach the arms up, Warrior 1. With our exhale, frame the left foot with the hands, send it back to meet the right and lower down. Inhale to come forward, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Deep inhale. And exhale, 1. Deep inhale. And exhale, 2. Deep inhale. And exhale, 3. Inhale, reach the right leg up behind us in a 3-legged dog. At first, the hip stays square and the right toes point down in the direction of the earth. Extend through the right heel, so creating this line from the right fingertips through the right heel. Then we'll inhale, lift the right leg up a little bit higher. We'll bend the right knee, sending the right heel across the low back towards the left sit bone. From here, straighten out through the right leg. And as many or as few movements, right foot comes forward in between the hands. Match the toe tips with the fingertips. Keep the left heel lifted of the earth. And we'll inhale to reach the arms up and over the head for Hasta Chandrasana, 8-pointed crescent moon pose. Draw the right hip crease back, send the left hip crease forward, tuck our tailbone under, low belly draws in and up. From here, we'll cactus arm the arms out to the sides. We're going to thread our left arm underneath our right arm, interlace the arms so that the backs of the hands, the thumbs or the palms touch. We'll bring a little bit of bounce into the legs, and now we're going to step our left thigh over top our right thigh. The left foot can hang to the outer edge of the right leg, or we can scoop those left toes behind the right calf. Set the knee points forward, lift the elbows towards the chin, send them slightly forward. This is Garudasana, Eagle Pose, pose of intense determination. We can land our eagle by bringing the tips of the elbows down towards the tips of the knees, keeping the low body as it is. We lift our torso back towards upright. So this eagle pose symbolizing the victory of spirit over intellect. One more deep inhale. And with the exhale, we'll unfurl the arms, unfurl the legs, and we're going to step our left foot back into warrior two. So the left foot steps back and the arms extend out towards the sides. We gaze out over the right fingertips. Breathe. One more deep inhale. And exhale here. On the next inhale, we'll bend into the left knee as we slide onto the right heel. Hands come to prayer at the center of the heart for Skandasana, Lord of War pose. And we exhale to come back, warrior two. Again, inhale to come back, Lord of War. Exhale, warrior two. One last time, inhale, drawing in, Skandasana, maybe a little bit lower. And exhale, Virabhadrasana. Deep inhale here. With the exhale, reverse the warrior. Left hand to the back of the left thigh. Turn the right palm up, float the upper body back. On the next inhale, straightening out through the right leg. We'll exhale to reach and extend the right side body out over the right leg. Right hand comes down upon the right leg towards the earth or to the block, and the left arm expands up towards the sky. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Maybe our gaze can shift in the direction of those left fingertips. Breathe. One more deep inhalation. And with the exhale, we'll bend into the right knee, either bringing the right elbow to the right thigh, right palm facing up, or right hand to the earth or to the block at the inner or outer edge of the right foot. And the left arm slides up and over the left ear. Straight line from the left heel to the left fingertips for Utthita Parsva Konasana, extended side angle. One more deep inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, rising back up to warrior two, we'll straighten out the right leg and then spin the toes of the right foot in the same direction as the toes of the left foot. Our hands come towards our hips. We'll inhale, lift our head, our neck, our chest, shift our gaze upward. And as we exhale, we'll hinge and fold out over the legs, releasing the hands in between the feet. Relaxing through the back of the neck. For Prasarita Padottanasana, standing wide-legged forward fold. Again, inhale to lift up halfway towards a flat back. And we exhale to fold back in towards ourselves. Engage the shoulders onto the upper back. Distribute the weight evenly between the back of the foot and the front of the foot. We'll inhale to lift up halfway. We'll exhale to crawl our fingertips back towards the right foot. Spin the toes of the right foot forward and lower the left knee down to the ground. We'll inhale to lift our head, our neck, our chest, shift our gaze upward. And with our exhale, we're going to pull back on the hips, straightening out through the right leg, coming onto the heel of the right foot. The right toes draw back slightly towards the right shin. We'll inhale, lift our head, our neck, our chest. With the exhale, we'll extend the torso out over that right leg for Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Stay right here. or the left hand can grab hold of the outer edge of the right foot, and we can pull back on the outer edge of that right foot, just a deeper stretch through the back of the right knee and right hamstring. One more deep inhale, and exhale here. On the next inhale, sole of the right foot comes back down towards the ground. We'll frame the right foot with the hands, straighten the left knee off the earth. Let's send that right leg all the way back behind us in a three-legged dog. From here, we'll bend the right knee and we'll release the right foot all the way behind the left foot, straighten out through the left leg, and send the right fingertips towards the front edge of our mat for our flip dog or wild thing. From here, flipping back over, we're going to come into side plank or Vashisthasana on the right side. So firmly plant the right hand, either lowering the right knee down, coming onto the inner edge of that left foot, reaching up through that left arm, or we can come into the full form, stacking the left foot on top of the right foot, exaggerating the lift in the hips, maybe reaching the gaze towards those left fingertips. And then as we exhale, left hand back underneath the left shoulder, we'll lower down. Inhale to come forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Second side. So we'll inhale to reach the left leg up behind us, three-legged dog. At first the hips stay squared, left toes point down in the direction of the earth. Lengthen through the sole of that left foot, creating this energetic line from the left fingertips to the left heel. And then we'll lift the left leg up a little bit higher. We'll bend the left knee, sending the left heel across the low back towards the right sit bone. From here, straightening out through the left leg, and as many or as few movements, left foot forward, in between the hands. Match the toe tips with the fingertips. Keep the right heel lifted, and we'll inhale to rise up, Hasta Chandrasana, 8-pointed Crescent Moon Pose. Draw the left hip crease back, send the right hip crease forward, tuck the tailbone under, the low belly lifts in and up. And then from here, we'll cactus arm the arms out to the sides. Now we'll thread the right arm underneath the left arm. Interlace the arms so that the backs of the hands, the thumbs, or the palms touch. From here, a little bit of bounce into the legs. And now we'll step the right thigh over top the left thigh. Right foot can hang to the outer edge of the left leg, or we can scoop the right toes behind the left calf. Lift the elbows towards the chin, send them slightly forward. Garudasana, Eagle Pose. Again, we can stay right here, or we can land the eagle, bringing the tips of the elbows down towards the tips of the knees. Keeping the low body as it is, lifting the torso back towards upright. One more deep inhalation. And as we exhale, we unfurl the arms, unfurl the legs, and we slowly, slowly, slowly step that right foot back, bringing ourselves into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. So our left toes point forward. We hug our left hip underneath our body. Draw our right thigh back. One more deep inhale. And exhale here. On the next inhale, we'll bend into the right knee as we slide onto the left heel. Hands come to prayer for Skandasana, Lord of War. We exhale to come back, Virabhadrasana. Again, we inhale to Skandasana, maybe a little bit lower. Exhale, Virabhadrasana. One last time, inhale, Skandasana, maybe even lower. Exhale, Virabhadrasana. Deep inhale. We exhale, reverse the warrior, right hand to the back of the right thigh. Turn the left palm up and float the upper body back. On the next inhale, we'll straighten out through the left leg. As we exhale, we'll reach and extend the left side body out over the left leg. Left hand comes down upon the left leg towards the earth or to a block, and the right arm expands up towards the sky for Uttita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. One more deep inhale here. With the exhale, we'll bend into the left knee, either bringing the left elbow to the left thigh, left palm facing up, or left hand to the earth or to the block at the inner or outer edge of the left foot. And the right arm slides up and over the right ear, straight line from the right heel to the right fingertips, extended side angle. One more deep inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, rising back up, warrior two. From our warrior two, straightening out the left leg, spinning the toes of the left foot in the same direction as the toes of the right foot. And from here, we'll clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift our head, our neck, our chest, shift our gaze upward. And as we exhale, hinge and fold out over the legs, bringing the arms with us into the fold. Another variation of Parsvita Padottanasana, standing wide-legged forward fold. You can stay right here, or if you're pretty proficient, with your tripod headstand, you can release the hands down, create that equilateral triangle from the hands to the crown of the head. Lean forward towards the toes and see about lifting your legs up into Shavasana B, tripod headstand. And then bringing the legs wide, we'll come back down to standing wide-legged forward fold. We'll all release our hands down. We'll inhale to lift up halfway. We'll exhale to crawl our fingertips over towards the left foot, spin the toes of the left foot towards the front edge of the mat, and lower down through the right knee. Inhale, lift our head, our neck, our chest. With the exhale, pull back on the hips, straightening out through the left leg, coming onto the heel of the left foot. We'll inhale to lift our head, our neck, our chest. With the exhale, extend the torso out over the left leg for Ardha Hanumanasana. Stay here, or the right hand can grab hold of the outer edge of the left foot, and we can pull back on the outer edge of the left foot, just a deeper stretch through the back of the left knee and left hamstring. Breathe into the space that we create. One more deep inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, sole of the left foot comes back down towards the ground, and we'll frame the left foot with the hands. We'll straighten the right knee off the earth, and we'll send the left leg all the way back behind us, three-legged dog. From here, we can stack our hips, and then we'll release the left foot behind the right leg, straighten out through the right leg, and send those left fingertips towards the front edge of the mat for our flip dog or wild thing. From here, moving into our side plank. So we'll plant the left hand. We can either lower the left knee down, spinning onto the sole of the right foot, stacking the right hip atop the left hip, reaching up with the right arm, or we can come onto the outer edge of the left foot, stacking the inner edge of the right foot, exaggerating the lift in the hips, reaching up with the right arm. One more deep inhalation. With the exhale, right hand back underneath the right shoulder and the lower down. Inhale to come forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, we'll lower our knees and send our hips back towards our heels. Our forehead comes down to the earth. Child's pose. So from our child's pose, we'll walk our hands back in towards our body. We're going to be sitting on our heels. This is called Thunderbolt Pose, in Sanskrit Vajrasana. So from Vajrasana, just take a moment to watch what I'm going to do next, and then you're going to do the same thing. So we're going to do a couple of hops, trying to stack our hips over our shoulders, over our wrists, which can sound, I know, a little bit daunting, but all it simply is a little hop where we send our heels towards our bottom. So I'll demonstrate, and then I'll give you an opportunity to go for it. So we're going to come into tabletop position. From our tabletop position, we're going to make our way back into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we'll shorten our stance a little bit. So walking our toes slightly towards our wrists. We're going to bring a little bit of bounce into our legs, bring our gaze in between our hands, and we're going to hop and send our heels towards our bottom. Again, we hop and send our heels towards our bottom. You can do anywhere between 1 and 5 of these. And then when you're done, maybe you can hover a little bit towards the handstand. You can stay and hang out here. And then when we're done with our hops, we'll bring our feet outside of our hands and sink our seat down into Malasana, Garland Pose. From our Garland Pose, we're going to practice a little bit with an arm balance. So the arm balance that we're going to practice here is Kakasana, Crow Pose. So give ourselves a little bit of clearance, a little bit of space at the front edge of our mat. We'll stay down in Malasana, Garland Pose. We want to bring our elbows to the inside creases of our knees. From here, our hands come down to the ground. From there, we shift our body weight forward, keeping the body weight shifted forward. We alternate lifting our feet behind us one at a time, eventually lifting both feet from the earth. Once we can stay in this pose, Kakasana, for about 30 seconds, we can move the arm balance a little bit higher on the arms. So when we come higher on the arms, the knees come up towards the triceps, and this pose is then called Bakasana, or crane pose. So again, work with the crow, and if you feel stable and steady in crow for about 30-second hold, then you can move towards the crane, Bakasana. So for the crane, again, the knees are on the triceps, a little bit higher on the arms, look close to the armpits. From here, our hands come down to the ground. We shift our body weight forward. We alternate lifting our feet behind us one at a time, eventually lifting both feet from the earth. And then for our crane, as we exhale, we can start to straighten out through our arms. Stay and breathe. And then when we're done, we'll make our way back into Malasana, Garland Pose. From here, let's just roll out our wrists a little bit in circles in one direction, and then the opposite direction. And then a moment to just shake out the hands. From here, hands come down to the ground. We'll lift our hips up towards the sky. We'll reach our arms out to the sides and above our head. Bring our palms to touch. And as we exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, so from here, we're going to start to prepare the body for our Firefly forms. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to practice half Firefly B, or sometimes referred to as Corkscrew Pose. So you might need a strap here, you might not. So what we want to do is we want to bring our feet about outer hip width distance apart. We want to give a gentle bend to our knees, and we're going to bring our right shoulder underneath our right thigh. From here, our left arm comes up and around. We can bind our fingertips. We can use a strap here or bind our wrist. Once we're bound, we want to straighten out through the unbound leg first, and then see about straightening out through the bound leg. That's going to, again, kind of corkscrew our torso, and our gaze will reach up towards the sky. Give ourselves about 5 breaths here in this form. And then if we feel pretty stable, we can see about shifting our weight over towards the left foot, coming onto the toes of the right foot, keeping the bind around the right leg. We can bring ourselves up to standing. We can stay right here, or if we'd like, we can start to straighten out through that right leg in Svargadvijasana, Bird of Paradise. Again, coming out with the same grace and poise in which we made our way in. We'll bend our right knee, lower the right foot down, come back into the corkscrew, and then release the bind, fold out over the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Second side. So again, feet about outer hips width distance apart, a gentle bend to our knees. We bring the left shoulder around the left thigh. The right arm, either with the strap or without, comes behind the back to bind the fingertips, the wrist, or the strap. From there, straighten out the unbound leg, and then see about Straightening out through the bound leg, shifting our torso and gaze upward. Breathe. And then from here, if we'd like, shifting the weight over towards the right foot, keeping the bind around the left leg. We can see about coming up to standing, keeping the bind again around the left leg. Maybe the left leg stays bent. Maybe we can start to straighten out through the left leg in Svargadvijasana, bird of paradise. And then we want to come down with that same control. So bending the knee, stepping the left foot down, back into the corkscrew, and then coming back, standing forward fold. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. We'll exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, so that pose helps to open up our shoulders and our hamstrings to maybe prepare us for this next pose. So this next pose is called Firefly B. And again, this is part of a continuum, so you're welcome to give it a try or maybe just watch for this first time. So for Firefly B, we step back on our mat, and now we're going to bring both shoulders underneath our legs simultaneously. So our arms come underneath our legs. We walk our feet a little bit closer together. We bring our arms behind our back and bind our fingertips. Widen through our legs, straighten out through the knees, and look up behind us. If you'd like to try for Firefly C, we can walk our feet forward. Kind of funny. Walk our feet back. And then from here, we'll release our hands down to the earth or to the blocks behind the heels, sink our seat back, and start to lift our feet from the ground. Stay right here, or we can start to straighten out through our legs in what's called Firefly A. And if you feel pretty stable, you can maybe do a couple push-ups here in Firefly A. And then to come down, we lower the feet, Garland Pose. From there, lower our seat down, stretch our legs out in front of us, bounce out our knees, shake out our feet, shake out our wrists, and then slide our feet forward, hands alongside the edges of our body, and we're going to slowly recline onto our back. Keep the core engaged, lower down slowly, and once we come down, we can stretch ourselves long. So reach the arms overhead, point the fingers away from the body, point the toes away from the body, and then press the palms away from the body, press the soles of the feet away from the body. And then from here, let's walk the soles of the feet in towards the body. The hands come alongside the edges of the body, palms facing down. We're coming into Tittibhasana bridge pose. So we'll press in through the soles of the feet as we lift our hips up, start to guide our shoulders underneath our back, maybe interlacing our fingers underneath our back and pressing the outer edges of the hands down into the ground. Bring our awareness to all points of contact with the earth, making sure that all points of contact with the earth are lifting up the body. Breathe. One more deep inhale. And as we exhale, we slowly lower back down, widening the shoulders. Keep the knees bent. Walk the feet towards the outer edges of the mat. Allow the knees to collapse in. And we can just windshield wiper our knees from side to side. And from here, we're going to do one more back bend. So we can stick with that same form, which is Tittibhasana bridge pose, or we can work into what's called Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. So your choice, either sticking with that form that we just did, or for Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward bow, we again walk our heels in towards our sit bones, and now our hands come underneath our shoulders, fingertips point in towards the body, elbows point up towards the sky. We'll press in through the soles of the feet, lift our hips up, and then start to press in through the palms, maybe coming onto the crown of the head. That's Urdhva Dhanurasana prep. And then from there, we can see about pressing in through the palms, lifting the crown of the head from the earth, straightening out through the elbows. We can stay right here, or if we'd like to come deeper, we can try for Urdhva Dhanurasana 2, walking the feet towards the end of our mat, straightening out through our legs, bringing the inner edges of the legs together, sending the chest back behind us. And then if we extended, we'll walk our feet back in, tuck our chin in towards our chest, slowly lower back down. We'll bring our knees back in towards our chest, rock from side to side on the low back. And then from here, keeping the knees to the chest, we'll bring our arms out to the sides, backs of the hands down towards the ground. Deep inhalation. And with the exhale, we'll lower both legs to the right as we shift our gaze over the left shoulder. And then we inhale to come back through center. And as we exhale, we'll lower both legs to the left as we shift the gaze over the right shoulder. Continue to send the right shoulder in the direction of the earth. We'll inhale to come back through center. From here, bring our hands in between our calves and hamstrings, and we'll start to rock forward and back on the spine. Eventually rocking ourselves all the way up to sitting, and then from sitting, we'll stretch our legs out in front of us. We'll widen our sit bones back and apart, press our heels down, toes point up. We'll inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. And as we exhale, we'll fold out over our legs, coming into Paschimottanasana, westward extending pose. Deep inhalation into the belly and the low back. And as we exhale, chest towards the thighs, crown of the head in the direction of the feet. Again, deep inhale into the belly and the low back. Exhale, draw the torso down the legs. One more time, deep inhale into the belly and the low back. And exhale, fold. From here, we'll inhale to reach the arms back up and over the head. We'll exhale to bring the hands alongside the edges of the body, recline onto the back. From here, we'll lift our legs up towards 90 degrees. Start to peel our hips from the ground as our hands walk in the direction of the shoulders. The legs lift up towards the sky, point through the toes. Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. From our shoulder stand, we'll start to release the feet behind the head, coming into Halasana, plow pose. If the feet do not come all the way down to the ground, just keep the hands at the low back. If the feet do come all the way down to the ground, we can tuck the toes and press the heels back, or we can bring the tops of the feet down to the ground and point the toes behind us, maybe interlacing our fingers behind the back and pressing the outer edges of the hands down. From here, hands come back to the low back, either one leg or both legs at a time. We lift back up into shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. And then to come out of the pose, bring the palms flat to the ground behind us and slowly, slowly, slowly lower down onto the back. We'll seal off our inversion by coming into Motsi Asana, fish pose. So we'll lift up through the right side body, slide the right arm underneath the right side body, right palm facing down. Lift up through the left side body, slide the left arm underneath the left side body, left palm facing down. We'll inhale to lift our head, our neck, our chest, puff up through the chest, bring some weight into the elbows, and then release the crown of the head behind us, opening up through the neck and through the throat. To make our way out, we'll again lift our head, our neck, our chest, gaze back down towards the toes. And as we exhale, slowly recline back onto the back. Release the arms from underneath the body. Hug the knees back in towards the chest. From here, soles of the feet will come together and the knees will open out towards the sides as the legs come down towards the ground. Allow the right hand to rest at the center of the chest and the left hand to rest at the belly. Close the eyes. Again, connect deeply with the breath. And then from here, we'll lengthen out through the legs. Allow the heels to fall in towards each other, the toes to fall open towards the sides. The hands come alongside the edges of the body, palms facing up. Softly close the eyes. Shavasana, final relaxation. Take a gentle swallow, allowing the jaws to part, and allow the tongue to come to rest at the base of the mouth to prevent the mind from wandering. Relax the forehead and the space between the eyebrows and shift your focus to this direction, the home of the intuition. Soften the cheekbones and unclench the jaw. Bring a nice deep inhale into the belly. And as you exhale, allow the back body to sink a little more deeply in the direction of the earth. Again, deep inhale. And as we exhale, settle in. Invite a deeper breath into the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Circle the wrists, circle the ankles. Draw the knees in towards the chest and give the body a nice hug, being grateful and thankful for what it's offered you today and every day thus far. Allow the body to rock over to the right side. Another moment here to reintegrate into the space, into the form. And then again, when the time is right for you, and with eyes gently closed, guiding your way back up towards a comfortable seat. We'll inhale to reach the arms up and over our head, bring our palms to touch. We'll exhale to allow the hands to make their way to prayer at the center of our heart. We'll seal our practice in coming together with the sound of Om, inhaling. I thank you for sharing your energy and presence and for your continued study and practice of yoga. Namaste.